Travel photography is a combination of the two things I love, traveling and photography. But even though I've been practicing photography since 2006 and I've been to lots of wonderful places with my camera around my neck, I've always considered travel photography to be a weakness of mine. Well, today, that's going to change. Welcome to Peers Sequel Mao, David here, and I'm really excited to officially begin my journey to becoming a better travel photographer. Now, with the travel situation around the world currently in the state it's in, with lots of restrictions and having to quarantine when I come back to the UK, for example, it's not the best time to decide to level up my travel photography game, I concede. But I also left my job recently right on the cusp of what is being called the worst economic recession in the history of ever. So I don't often do things that make the most sense. The reason I've decided to do this now is because when I left my job, I was kindly given this book as a gift by my friend Maisie called 52 Travel Photography Assignments by travel photographer Antony Zacharias. Each assignment contains an overview, a glorious example by Mr. Zacharias himself, some pro tips and some other bonus points for you to try. So without further ado, let's tackle assignment number 1, reflections. Now, traveling abroad may be out of the question, but I can still travel within Britain. And Britain is absolutely stunning. If you follow Glorious Britain on Instagram, you will not be disappointed. And I'm really looking forward to exploring my own country like never before. But my journey, like all journeys, begins at home, and Manchester really spoils me for choice. There's so many beautiful places and beautiful things to see right on my doorstep. For example, I can jump on the Bridgewater Canal and I can walk 3 miles right into the heart of the city centre, or I could walk a couple of miles and get off the canal at the historic Salford Quays, which has some beautiful reflections, especially at golden hour. Instead, I've come to this old railway that once linked the town of Altrincham to the town of Lymm. Now, this thing opened in 1853 and continued operating for over 100 years until 1962, when it closed for passengers and for freight in 1985. And today it forms part of the 245-mile Trans-Pennine Trail network that links the northeast of England to the northwest. Yes, it's beautiful here, but why am I here? Where are the reflections for the assignment? Well, they're 5 miles that way in Lymm, and since this video doesn't contain any travelling, I thought I would at least incorporate this walk instead. I'm actually glad reflections is the first assignment, because I absolutely love reflections and have used them a lot in my photography over the years. And the main reason I didn't go to Salford Quays or the centre of Manchester is because I've already been there a lot and captured the reflections before I even was aware that this book existed. I love reflections so much, and I've used them a lot in my photography over the years. Here is another example that I took of my wife in Bergen. This one was taken on the bridge of a cruise ship sailing through the heart of Lisbon. Here's a self-portrait taken in the reflection of my wife's sunglasses in Italy. And this selfie was taken in Ottopen Airport in Bucharest, but I don't think this counts. Yeah, take care to not include yourself or your camera in the shot, so yeah, that doesn't count. There may not be any reflections around here, but there certainly are sheep. I know where to come when I need a Christmas jumper anyway. But in all seriousness, I've actually made no progress whatsoever because I keep stopping to film the next impossibly gorgeous bit of scenery. Can you imagine coming down here when it was a train? What a beautiful train journey that would be. Absolutely stunning. So why am I going to Lymm for reflections? Well, I was there in July filming with my phone for another video, and I got this shot, and you can see, even though it's raining and it's overcast and the water's quite choppy, it's still reflecting really nicely. And I reckon if I go back to that exact same spot on a clear day like today, at just the right time, when the sun is in the right place in the sky, it's going to hit that church tower, it's going to light up that whole side of the lake, and it's going to reflect beautifully in the water and create this really nice, really colourful, vibrant reflection. And it's going to be a really strong start to my photography assignments. So I'm here in Lymm after about 5 miles of walking, and it's only about 5 o'clock, so the sun is still quite high in the sky, but it's going to start getting low now. It's already lighting up the church really, really nicely. So if I want to get that same shot I got before, I'm going to have to go on the other side of the lake. So here I am, here's the church tower from the other side of the lake, but as you can see, it's really windy, and when it's windy and the water's picking up, there isn't much of a reflection. But it's only 11 minutes past 5, so I can park up here for a little bit and see if the wind dies down, because this is the shot I've got in mind. You can see it's reflecting just a little bit in the water. As soon as that water calms down, should be a perfect reflection. Really, really nice, really, really colourful. So with the wind picking up and not giving us a decent reflection, I'm going to consult the book, see if it has any advice for me. So yeah, calm water is usually found early in the morning. Yeah, we're not here early in the morning, we're here early in the evening. So but check the forecast to avoid windy days. Yeah, okay, let's see if there is anything else. Include a colourful sunset. So I have sunset, technically it's behind me, but sun is going to set. Explore different angles to create an interesting reflected photograph. Okay, I'll do that. So while I'm waiting for the wind to calm down, I'm going to carry on walking around the lake. Maybe I'm going to get a different angle, it's going to produce a better result. But if the wind does come down, I'm going to come straight back here. So I've just noticed this part of the lake here where the wind can't get to, a lot calmer. And you can see how much more still the water is. Look how much clearer the reflections are. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, beautiful. Even though the water's rippling, still absolutely stunning. And in the book it does say that even if you have imperfections in the water, or imperfections in whatever's casting the reflection, it can make the reflection even more interesting. So even if I don't get the church, even if I get this instead, I consider that a win. So here's the plan. The book says including a foreground element can create an additional layer of interest in your image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this little thing where fishermen sit as a foreground element. I don't want to get these trees in the picture. I think they can be, it's distracting, it's too much. And or if I can get some leaves falling behind me, wow, that would be so nice. And since I'm going to be recording myself on this camera, I'm going to take the picture with my phone. Let's do it. So we're on phone cam. I'm going to set you over here, and you're going to be able to watch what I'm doing through my phone screen. Okay, so I'm in RAW and I'm keeping an eye on my histogram, which is down at the bottom there. I want the lowest ISO possible. ProCam 7's telling me I'm losing detail in the sky, which is fine. Got plenty of data left in those shadows to go. I can bring it down, and if I take that, so now I'm just going to freestyle a bit. Try some other angles, see what works. I left Lymm not entirely happy with the results. I was down, but I wasn't out, and I took some advice from the book and I went back. So I've taken the book's advice, come back early the next morning, and look how still the water is behind me. So it may not be the exact shot that I was going for at the start of the video, but I'm definitely considering this a win. I know another really nice tranquil piece of bit of the lake just round the corner. Kind of the opposite from where I was yesterday. Yes please. So I'm at the opposite side of the lake that I was yesterday, and the whole place, you may as well call it Reflection Cove. It's just one giant reflection. I couldn't ask for more. The water is so still, so crisp, and the reflection so vibrant, almost like a mirror. And there's no birds around to disturb the water. There's no ducks around, apart from they might disturb my audio, but they're not disturbing my reflection. Amazing. So in the end, I didn't get the exact shot I wanted with the church tower, but I'm still really pleased with my results. And what I need to keep in mind is this is a learning exercise for me. I want to improve my travel photography, so I shouldn't get myself down when my photos aren't masterpieces right from the beginning. So did I learn something from this first assignment? Well, to be 100% honest with you, I did actually get that shot with the church tower. Except when I took it, I was in Lymm after I'd finished filming, just out for a walk. I didn't have any filming equipment on me. So I got the shot I wanted, but I don't have any actual footage of me actually getting the shot. So the lesson I've learned from this is don't expect the unexpected, but be ready for it. So I'm going to chalk up this first assignment, Reflections, as a full success. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Azibuna. So nice, so... The birds want to say hello.